Hello everybody and welcome back to today's video. We are going to be starting it off with a grocery haul because in this video we are doing 5 super easy dump and go crock pot meals recipes. It's back to school season and I know everybody loves a super easy dinner recipe for someone getting home from work, the kids coming home, and you just want something super easy to make, and so that's what inspired me to make this video. In this video, we are going to be making Mississippi pot roast, potato soup, chicken pot pie, pork carnitas, you name it. They all turned out super yummy and we actually had a lot of leftovers. So instead of me putting it in the fridge because we were just having a really busy weekend, we probably wouldn't eat it. I just put them in a freezer bag and I put them in the freezer because we have an even busier week this coming week. And I really don't want to come home and make dinners. So I just put them in the freezer so we can take them out, thaw them, and put them right in the microwave, and dinner would be super easy for that night. I also forgot to say we went to Sam's Club too for a lot of the stuff. Like you'll see a huge bag of potatoes. I thought this bag was too big for us to eat. No, we went through the whole bag. So I'm glad I got the really big bag of potatoes at Sam's Club. But that's the cheapest that I find meats. So if you want to do the Mississippi pot roast or you want to do the pork carnitas, that is the cheapest place that I find meats. I think Sam's is also known as Costco in different parts. Also, for crock pot recipes, don't buy chicken breast and cook them yourselves. Just get a rotisserie chicken. They're like $4 at my Sam's Club. They're like $4.90 something. And you literally have the whole chicken that you can use. You don't have to cook it. It tastes really good. And it's a lot cheaper right now. We also got a bunch of these Hawaiian rolls. They are so good. I actually put mine in the freezer. I don't know how they taste in the freezer, but we got 2 of them, so hopefully they taste good. If you have a Sam's Club near you, you need to try these chicken bites. They taste like dill pickles. Like, they are so good. So here I am just washing the potatoes. I'm making potato soup on the first day. This is my favorite potato soup recipe. I've actually been using this recipe for probably over 2 years. It's just a staple in our house, and I don't really make it until it starts getting into like the chillier season. But when I do make it, it is so yummy. I am cutting up the potatoes over a bowl because I actually have a compost bin. So I had took all of the potato scraps, broccoli scraps, stuff like that, and I put it in the compost bin. I was using the potato peeler, but it honestly was just taking forever, and I had a lot of potatoes to peel. Probably did 6 or 7 potatoes, and there were some pretty big sized potatoes in here. So you will see here in a little bit, I stopped using the peeler and I just used the knife that I was cutting the potatoes with. It just made it so much easier. I think it's a little bit more wasteful. Like, the potato peeler itself is very good at getting just the skin off and not the rest of the potato. But just for like saving me a little bit of time, I felt like the knife was just a little bit easier for this job. It also does not matter what kind of potato that you use in this recipe. I know there's all sorts of different kinds. Just use whatever is your preference. Today I was using yellow potatoes, but just whatever you have. You can use frozen broccoli, but I feel like fresh broccoli tastes so much better in this recipe. So I did 2 broccoli crowns in this, and it was just enough. I spray the inside of the crock pot so that way nothing sticks. I dump in my potatoes, my broccoli. I do 4 cups of chicken broth. And then I also will add in any garlic or onion. That's optional if you want to add that in. It tastes really good if you do. Put in your seasonings. Put your crock pot on low for 7 to 8 hours, or you can put it on high for 3 to 4. The last hour, I put in 1.5 cups of heavy cream, a block of cream cheese, and about 4 cups of sharp cheese, like sharp cheddar cheese. So good. You have to have the sharp. It gives it like that nice little like kick to it. I also love to take a potato masher at the very end right before you serve it, and I just give it a light mash. It just kind of makes it more like a chunky soup versus just like straight potatoes and straight broccoli. It makes everything combine really, really well. I also put them in bowls. I top it with some more cheese. You can also do some sour cream. That tastes really good too. For this next recipe, I am making Mississippi pot roast. So you need to have a packet of au jus gravy. Walmart did not have it. Ollie's didn't have it. I couldn't find it anywhere. So I found a recipe how to make my own au jus gravy, which is what I'm doing here. You don't have to do this, but I did need to make it, so I had it for the meal. All you need for this is you need a chuck roast, about a 3 to 4 pound chuck roast. Put it in your crock pot. You need 1 packet of au jus gravy mix, 1 packet of ranch, about 4 to 5 pepperoncinis. I poured in a little bit of the pepperoncini juice as well. I added in a few carrots. You also need a 4th cup of butter, by the way. Put that on top. I just added in those carrots just because I had them in the fridge and I wanted to use them up. And I cooked mine on low for like 8 hours. Turned out so good. I made some homemade mashed potatoes on the side. So like you kind of got to pour that gravy on top of it. And it was so yummy. The recipe only called for 4 to 5 pepperoncinis, but I've never actually cooked with pepperoncinis, so I did the whole jar just because they smelled really good, and I'm really glad I did because it tasted so yum. In the crock pot. I will have a screenshot of the recipe. My crock pot broke. This is my crock pot, and I had noticed it after my roast that the glaze at the bottom of the crock pot had broke. And so what I'm doing, because I still want to have this video go up on Sunday, I just got this new Dutch oven from my mom and I'm really excited to use it. So I'm going to be dumping everything into the Dutch oven, and I'm just going to cook it on low for about 40 or 45 minutes. Because my crock pot is broke, I don't want to put the food directly in there. My husband's on the way home from work and he's picking up some crock pot liners. So I'm going to line my crock pot with the crock pot liner, and I'm just going to cook it on the stove for about half an hour to make sure everything's cooked first because it is 2 o'clock. And then I'm going to dump what I had cooked into the crock pot. So if you are making this meal, dump everything right into the crock pot as is. Put it on low for 6 to 8 or high for 3 to 4. This one's really easy. I'm just going to be doing like 2 potatoes. I'm doing it really easy today, and I'm doing 2 packs of mixed vegetables, 2 cans of cream of chicken, 1 can of chicken broth, and then I'm doing oregano, thyme, parsley, garlic powder, salt, and pepper. With your crock pot, you can absolutely take biscuits, cut them up, throw them on top, and cook it in your crock pot for about an hour, like put these in the last hour. Or you can cook them in the oven. I'm going to be cooking mine in the oven today just because I'm really pinched on time, but they taste really good in the crock pot. breasts. I think chicken thighs are really good in this one too. I did a whole rotisserie chicken, which is what I'm chopping up right now, because a whole rotisserie chicken where I live is like $4 versus $9 for a few chicken breasts at my stores anyway. This dinner to cook down today. We're making pork carnitas, I think is what they're called. They're like pork tacos. I apologize if I'm saying it wrong. We've never had it before and I really wanted to try it. So you need pork butt for this. The recipe calls for 4.5 pounds. I got 7.5 pounds. So I'm going to be doubling the recipe. But the recipe that I will have at the end of the video is for the 4.5 pounds. Okay, so for the rub of it, I will have to be doubling it, obviously. You need oregano, cumin, and some oil, so I'm going to be measuring that out. Before I put the dry rub on, though, I am going to prep the onion, the garlic, and the jalapenos and stuff like that. So this is my very first crock pot recipe video I have ever done. I've had so much fun making it, and so if you guys have enjoyed it, let me know in the comment section so I know to do more. I did this video for somebody who just needs to have some simple, easy meals. Maybe your kids are going back to school, or you just get home late, or you're just looking to make your life a little bit easier. That's why I made this video. And now I'm going to take the juice. It says 2 oranges, but I only have mandarin oranges in my house. I don't know if that makes a difference. So I did like 4 of them. Also, you will notice me putting this whole roast into the crock pot, the broken crock pot. I put everything in, and then I went to go put the settings on low, and I realized that I did not put the crock pot liner in. So I had to take everything back out, clean the crock pot, and then put the liner back in. Also forgot to show the aftermath of this meal, but it was so good that I forgot to record it, and my kids loved it. But yeah, definitely try this one. So yummy. After that, we are on to making just macaroni and cheese. I make this one all of the time, and my kids love it. It cooks pretty fast too. I want to say we cook it on low for about 3 hours, and then it's done. But this was on Saturday. We had lots of plans on Saturday, so I had to get this done early in the morning, which is why you see me in my Lion King pajamas. I recommend doing this recipe if you are having like a party, because it's just something you can put in the crock pot and like ignore it. So this one, you need 3 cups of milk, you need 3 cups of evaporated milk, you need a pound of macaroni noodles. Don't cook them, just throw them right in there as is. They will absorb all of that milk in the crock pot. Need 4 cups of cheddar cheese. I just cut mine into cubes, and then I also added some oregano and some mustard powder in here, and I cooked it on low for a few hours, and it was so good. And that is it for today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, let me know in the comment section below. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more content like this, and I will see you all in the next video.